The War of the Worlds, Orson Welles. That was one of the favorite programs as a teenager, 17 years of age. We finished chores early to be sure and be on so we could lend our ear to the little Phil call radio. The Martians have landed was as I recall, there was no disclaimer in my recollections of it. It didn't say, now we present Orson Welles and so on and so forth, or here's Jack Benny, or here's Johnny. It just started out as a newscast. My father sat there reading the paper, and all at once, what's going on? The Martians had landed in New Jersey. No, Dad, that's radio program. Well, it didn't say, but what it was, Martians invading. So he finally quieted down after a period of time. He didn't really blow his top, but he was pretty excited about it. People that weren't usually tuned into that particular program, they were stunned and shocked. I can well imagine, because they thought it was a news report that the Martians had landed.
The chances of anything coming from Mars are 1,000,000 to 1, he said.
Well, I guess that night the phones were ringing off the wall. Of course, back then we didn't even have a phone. The paper was full of it, and the radio, of course. Back then we didn't have TV, and a lot of people were scared.
Newspaper reports told of the nationwide panic caused by the broadcast. In New York, hundreds of people fled their homes, crowded the bus terminals. Electric company officials were urged to black out the city so the aliens would go by. Boston was swamped with sightings of strange aircraft and smoke. In Pittsburgh, a man came home in the middle of the broadcast and found his wife in the bathroom with a bottle of poison in her hand, screaming, "I'd rather die this way than that." And in Birmingham, Alabama, people flocked to the church to pray.
I mean, I can remember the radio show, and it just seemed the further it lasted, the grewlier it got, and just everybody got shook. I guess probably I believed that probably should go out and get the gun. They were trying to tell people it wasn't real. People didn't want to believe the newscasts. Oh, I don't think anybody went right to bed or anything. I think they stayed up and discussed matters for quite a while. And I recall headlines in the paper the next morning, and of course everybody wanted to see the paper. People came in the store the next day, and many of them still seemed to believe that it actually happened, even though it had been broadcast and so on, that it didn't or anything.